There are criminals in the world who deserve the most strict sentences. Today, we're going to take a look at 10 criminals who killed or abused their families. Number 10. Seth Welch and his wife, Tatiana. Seth Welch and Tatiana Fasari, both 27, are a married couple who lived with their 3 children on a cult-like farm in Solon Township, Michigan. Welch has posted video rants on Facebook discussing his obsessive religious faith and his lack of trust in doctors. Welch said in one video, "It didn't seem smart that you would be saving people who weren't the fittest. If evolution believes in survival of the fittest, why are we vaccinating everybody? Shouldn't we just let the weak die off and let the strong survive?" They were anti-vaxxers, and their actions killed their 10-month-old daughter, Mary Ann. On the 2nd of August 2018, they called 911, reporting their baby was found dead in her crib. The authorities reported the cause of death to be dehydration and malnutrition. Both Seth and Tatiana were sent to prison for a life sentence on the charges of murder and first-degree child abuse. Number 9. Josef Fritzl. Josef Fritzl was a man from the town of Amstetten, Austria. He was born in 1935, and at the age of 21, he married Rose Marie and had 7 children with her, 3 sons and 4 daughters, including Elizabeth. In 2008, the case surfaced, which is even known today as the Fritzl case. After his daughter turned 18, he lured her into the basement, saying he needed help to pick up a door. Little did she know that that was the last time she was going to live freely in years. Fritzl had assaulted, sexually abused, and raped her numerous times during her imprisonment inside a concealed area in the basement of the family home. The abuse by Elizabeth's father resulted in the birth of 7 children. 3 of them remained in captivity with their mother. 1 had died just days after birth at the hands of Josef Fritzl, who disposed of his body in an incinerator, and the other 3 were brought up by Fritzl and his wife Rose Marie, having been reported as foundlings. On the 19th of March 2009, Fritzl was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole for 15 years. He said that he accepted the sentence and would not appeal. Fritzl is currently serving out his sentence in Garsten Abbey, a former monastery in Upper Austria that has been converted into a prison. Number 8. Isabella Guzman. Isabella Guzman, 25, from Aurora, Colorado, in the United States, was in court for being charged with first-degree murder. According to court documents, Isabella had stabbed her mother, Yun Mi Hoi, 151 times in the face and torso in the upstairs bathroom of their home. Isabella was only 18 years old when the incident happened in 2013. When officers arrived on the scene, they discovered Yun Mi lying on the bathroom floor, covered in blood. An autopsy found that she had suffered multiple stabs to the face and neck. The next afternoon, officers arrested Isabella after she was spotted near a parking lot. Someone had called the police with a tip they saw something suspicious. Later, Isabella entered an insanity plea. The judge accepted the plea after a psychological evaluation found that Isabella had been suffering from a mental illness, paranoid schizophrenia. She has since been receiving treatment for her illness at Pueblo Psychiatric Hospital, Colorado. Number 7. Thomas Bartlett Whitaker. Thomas Bartlett Whitaker is an American convicted of murdering 2 family members under the Texas law of parties, who spent nearly 11 years on death row at the Polunsky unit near Livingston, Texas. He was convicted for December 10, 2003 murders of his mother and brother by gunman Chris Bashir and sentenced to death in March 2007. On February 22, 2018, 45 minutes before the scheduled execution at 6 p.m., Whitaker had his death sentence commuted to life imprisonment without parole by Governor Greg Abbott, the first time Governor Abbott has done so. He currently resides in the McConnell unit in Beeville, Texas, in solitary confinement. Number 6. Megan Short. Megan Short, who died alongside her husband Mark and the couple's 3 children in an apparent murder-suicide, had been planning to leave her husband, according to Mark Short's relatives. Police found 40-year-old Mark and Megan Short, along with their 3 children and the family's dog, all dead of gunshot wounds in the living room of their home. Investigators found a murder-suicide note in the home, along with a handgun near one of the adults' bodies. Authorities called the family's deaths an apparent tragic domestic incident. Number 5. Peter Keller. On April 22, 2012, a North Bend resident spotted a house on fire in their Washington neighborhood. A call to 911 prompted authorities to respond. Inside the home, they discovered the bodies of 41-year-old Lynette Keller and her 19-year-old daughter, Kayleen. They'd both been shot in their bedrooms before the perpetrator set the house on fire. Inside the burned home, authorities found an unlocked safe containing photos of a bunker in the woods. Investigators had found their first suspect, Peter Keller, patriarch of the family. After weeks of searching and the use of helicopters, the police found the bunker and found Peter dead with bundles of cash, guns, ammunition, and explosives. They also found video diaries of Peter in which he confessed to the murders of his family. Number 4. Zachary Davis. Zachary Davis was 15 years old when he murdered his mother with a sledgehammer and attempted to murder his older brother. According to court documents, Davis confronted his mother about his older brother sexually abusing him, and when the mother denied, this teen killer allegedly snapped. In the end, Zachary Davis would be convicted on murder, attempted murder, and arson, and must serve 70 years before he is eligible for parole. Number 3. Levi Norwood. Levi Norwood, at the age of 17, was arrested on the charges of murder of his mother and brother in their home in Midland, Virginia. Charging documents say Levi Norwood told his girlfriend earlier that day while at school that he wanted to kill his mother. The girlfriend also said Norwood was depressed and anxious and told her he was schizophrenic and would see shadow people. Levi Norwood was also indicted on 3 counts for using a firearm in the commission of a felony and a grand theft of an automobile. The teen is accused of shooting his family members, then fleeing in a stolen car to North Carolina, where he was caught. In late April, Joshua Norwood was found dead in the family home. At the time, Fauquier County Sheriff's Office had said there was no indication of foul play. Number 2. Nehemiah Grigo. Nearly 7 years after he killed his parents and 3 young siblings, shooting his mother while she slept, then turning the rifle on his brother and 2 sisters before lying in wait for hours to ambush his father after he returned from work, Nehemiah Grigo was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. In a 16-page sentencing memorandum and decision filed in the 2nd Judicial District Court, Judge Alyssa Hart ruled that Grigo, now 22 years old, should serve 3 concurrent life sentences for child abuse, resulting in the death of his 3 siblings. Number 1. Chris Watts. The Watts family murders occurred in the early morning hours of August 13, 2018 in Frederick, Colorado, U.S. While being interviewed by police, Christopher Lee Watts, born May 16, 1985, admitted to killing his pregnant wife, Shannon Catherine Watts, by strangulation. He later admitted to killing their daughters, 4-year-old Bella and 3-year-old Celeste, by smothering them with a blanket. He pleaded guilty on November 6, 2018 to multiple counts of first-degree murder as part of a plea deal when the death penalty was removed from sentencing. He was sentenced to 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole, 3 to be served consecutively and 2 to be served concurrently. I hope you liked this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.